Alright, so what's going on, everybody? JA News. Salute to you for tuning in. We got a good one today, which includes a massive Jordan Brand leak. So we're going to be checking out what Jordan Brand has been cooking up. Of course, we can expect to see some OG classics returning, but Jordan Brand's also bringing a little something new to the table, plus giving a remix to a familiar OG pair. So stay tuned for that, guys. Unfortunately, we also have some disappointing news for one of Nike's most highly anticipated upcoming partnerships. So guys, if you enjoy these updates, be sure to help support the channel by smashing that like button down below. You're watching JA News. Let's jump right into it. So to begin, according to Soul Retriever, we can expect to see the Nike Air Flightposite Jason Kidd returning coming up this holiday season. Now, I love the fact that Nike has brought this classic basketball model out the vault in somewhat limited capacity so far, but as far as this Jason Kidd pair, I actually had no clue that this sneaker ever existed. Apparently originally released in limited quantities in 2008 at select House of Hoops locations. So this is cool to see Jason's Kidd partnership dating back with Nike since the 90s. It looks like it's still going very strong. But at one point, didn't Jason Kidd have like kind of a strange case or something going on at one point? But let's not go ahead and get off subject. I do actually like this colorway, but quick little history lesson for all the kids watching. This is the Nike basketball right here, which I grew up on. So many classics released back in the 90s. And when I think of Jason Kidd, the first model I'm thinking about right here would have to be these Air Zoom Flight 5s, which I remember as a kid growing up. I used to remember my mom taking me to Foot Locker, usually towards like the beginning of the school year. Usually around Christmas time, I would double up on a second pair of sneakers or something like that. And I remember one of those Foot Locker visits selecting this as one of my sneakers right here, which I got a lot of memories on these joints right here. And I don't even know have we ever seen Nike retro this sneaker, and I still feel like these joints still hold up to this day. But let's not go ahead and get off subject. Let's keep things moving. We got a first look, well, not a first look, but we got some information here about Bad Bunny's very first Adidas collaboration here for 2025, which he happens to be one of Adidas' most high-profile collaborators. For this one right here, you got the Adidas Ballerina is what they're calling these joints right here, expected to debut coming up here March 29th. So with this sneaker, essentially what you got right here is Bad Bunny's take on the Adidas Taekwondo, a model from their Originals line, which they're hoping to be the next big trend, say, such as like models like the Samba or the Gazelle or something like that. So I think this is a cool looking low profile sneaker, which is definitely on trend right now as far as the yellow color. It reminds me of one of those classics A6 yellow sneakers. I can't think of the model right off the top of my head. It's an iconic shoe, but I feel like these are definitely on trend with those right there. So I think there's a nice attempt right here. Pretty cool shoe. There's also a black and white pair floating around as well. But as far as the debut coming up here soon, we got this yellow pair to look forward to here. Now next up, we got a first look here. This is the women's exclusive Nike Air Force One Leopard. So I think this is a cool looking women's release. I feel like the ladies are definitely gonna get these joints off. I'm a fan of the complementary gum bottom here to complete the top, you know, with that leopard print. Now we also saw Adidas drop a leopard print Samba this year as well, which these two colors happen to be one of this year's hottest Sambas, most definitely. So are you guys rocking with the Adidas take on this leopard print, or are you rocking with this Nike Air Force One? For me, I mean, if I could only choose one, I probably would have to lean towards the Samba. I would say more just due to the fact that Adidas did it first. I felt like by them dropping these first, it kind of gives them a bigger impact, but it doesn't take anything away from this Nike, which I feel like this is a solid pair of women's Air Force One. So with those quick updates out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump here into today's fit of the day, which if you ever want to be featured here in this segment, all you simply got to do is just tag me on your favorite outfit pick over on the gram. Now today we're switching things up a little bit. We actually got two different people stepping up to the plate. Well, since no actual people stepped up to the plate, we got some celebrity looks for you guys here to check out. So first up here, we got Lil Yachty, a familiar face here in this segment. He's rocking the recently released CPFM Nike collaboration. You guys see him paired up the top and bottoms with what looks to be like a pair of black Timbs and like this plaid hat, something like that. Now the reason I wanted to mention this fit is because we actually got Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat rocking the exact same outfit, and I don't know if them boys got the same stylist or what, but the crazy part about it is them boys literally got the exact same pose and everything. So he paired up this fit with a pair of Travis Scott's, also a red bandana to bring the whole thing together. So as far as these looks right here, man, to me, this kind of just like reminds me of that Spider-Man meme. Like, remember when everybody was pointing at each other like that? And as far as this outfit right here, I guess this is what you can expect to see everybody rocking, like say at the next like sneaker con or next big sneaker convention or something like that. So as far as today's fit of the day, you guys know what to do, jump in the comments, and rather than going and giving this one a rating 0 out of 10, just let me know who you guys felt like did it better. So with those quick updates out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump here into our main story, which Nike last year, they announced one of their biggest partnerships. This is one that a lot of people were checking for, of course, with this Nike deal going down. And as far as the little teaser, they let us know that it would be coming here in 2025. So this is a big deal, of course, as far as high profile Nike collaborations, or I guess I should say partnerships. They got that Skims deal going on. And then here with this Lego deal, man, for me, like just putting myself in the shoes of a kid, I felt like this is something that I would absolutely be super excited for. So it looks like we do now have the details for this upcoming collaboration, which it looks like will be a clothing drop. So you're gonna have accessories, apparel, as well as kids footwear. So for accessories, backpacks, bucket hats, socks. For the clothes, you got hoodies, jerseys, shorts, jackets, as well as cargo. So pretty much what to expect. And then for the kids footwear, they're gonna be releasing Lego Dunk Lows, Lego Air Max DNs, the GT Cut 3, as well as the Team Hustle D12, which I'm just assuming it must be some type of like basketball model. And again, if I'm putting myself in the shoes of a kid, like I felt like hearing a Nike Lego collaboration is super cool, but just the fact that it's like clothing and footwear, to me, I would say it's disappointing, because if I'm a kid, I'm not out here gonna be like asking my mom or my parents for like a pair of Nike sneakers. I'd probably ask for like a pair of Jordans or something like that. And as far as Legos, like I literally would just want Legos to play with. So for me, I feel like announcing this collaboration, like it's a little disappointing. I know I'm not the target audience, but I just have to feel that Nike kind of dropped the ball on this one, because announcing a Lego partnership, I felt like the only thing they had to do was just drop something like this. Say, take classic, iconic, very familiar Nike pairs and just drop them in Lego sets. I feel like by them doing it like this, they could have reached a bigger audience. They could have hit adults, kids. You got adults who got nostalgia for Lego products that would have ate this up, you know, bought these for like display pieces. And you still have adults that just literally play with Legos, and kids still to this day love Legos. So I can't hate to think that Nike kind of dropped the ball. For me, while this wasn't something I was super big on, I just think it's kind of disappointing. Like, let's just say, for example, like they were to drop like a pair of Bread Jordan 185s with a Lego set. I feel like people would have ate those up. They would have been an instant seller, and more than likely, just the way things go nowadays, probably would have been reselling for like double to triple the price via the secondary market. So as far as this Nike collaboration, which I felt like could have been super promising, I mean, at the end of the day, they could still drop some really cool stuff for the kids, but I just feel like it's disappointing. I think Nike dropped the ball, and this collab has so much more potential. And I'm just gonna say that this is probably a collaboration which we'll probably just see come and go because of that. So moving right along, guys, as far as our other big story, we got some huge Jordan brand leaks, of course, courtesy of Z Sneakerheads and Sneaker Files, keeping the hype going. Now, as far as all of these Jordan brand leaks, these are actually all sneakers which are set to drop coming up next year in 2026. And on top of that, these are all just mock-up images. So these details and everything, the release information could change, you know, of course, as we get a little closer to the official release date. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We got a bunch of cool Jordans to get into. So first up here, we got the Air Jordan 6. This is called the Ben 23. So this is a return to the Jordan Ben series, which is something Jordan brand, they were experimenting back in like the early 2010s. This was a line of all more so like luxury Jordan retro releases, which featured like a more premium material, of course, the Ben stamp, and also retail for a little bit higher retail price as well. Now, back in 2010, when this Ben collection originally released, this is back when I was like on my Black Air Force One broke boy type of energy, so I missed out on this entire set altogether. But looking back at the Ben series, I would say probably my favorite would have to be the Ben 5. So it'll be interesting to see what these Ben 6s officially look like once we get some more details. But apparently dropping spring of 2026. Now, next up, we got another good pair of Jordan 6s, which apparently they're going to be calling reverse infrared. So you guys may confuse this with the OG black infrared Jordan 6s, but apparently this release is going to be based off the infrared salesman sample from 2000 and not the original from 91. So you probably can't really point out the difference right off the bat, but it's in kind of like this mudguard area here on the sole. The red on the OG, as you guys know, doesn't extend as far as this one. So it's an interesting design element. Apparently we will see if these do feature the Nike Air on the back, but that would be a nice complementary look. But as far as them like changing up the story and everything like that, I think it's a good opportunity for them to apply some interesting storytelling. More so than likely, we could see this as something featured in possibly like the Reimagined series or something like that. But just with that little minor change to the OG, you know what I'm saying, guys? I feel like this one's kind of like a wobbler. So we'll go ahead and reserve judgment for this one here. Now, next up, we got an interesting one. Well, we'll see about this one. This is the women's exclusive Jordan 4. They're calling Sierra Red. And again, a mock-up image based off the color blocking that they have set right here. So with this one, I feel like Z Sneakerheads and Sneaker Files, they're doing their best, you know, with the colors that they have here to provide a mock-up image of something that would be appealing to people. But more so than likely, them joints will probably look nothing like these once they officially drop. So for now, we'll just have to wait on that one. But I would say don't get your hopes up for that one. Now, for these, they're calling these Spring is in the Air. And the cool thing about these is they're actually not a women's release, but actually just a OG Jordan 3 release right here. So for this one, again, a mock-up image based off of the color blocking. So we'll have to wait and see what these ones look like. But the colors are looking funky. So again, we'll kind of have to wait to reserve judgment, but more so than likely, I'm guessing not to get your hopes too high on this one, but another Spring 2026 release. Now, this next one for me, I feel like is the most interesting out of all of the leaks that we have here today. They're calling these the Jordan 4 Flight Club. Now, at first, most people will probably get these confused as like an official collaboration with the sneaker resale shop Flight Club, but actually back in like the late 80s, early 90s, apparently, Jordan Brand had what they call the Michael Jordan or Air Jordan Flight Club. So this is one of those like fan clubs, which was, you know, kind of common business back in those times where you would like mail in a subscription and you would get back a couple little goodies, including Michael Jordan's signature, some little like, you know, collectible items and stuff like that. So back in those days, I definitely remember, you know, memberships or stuff like this. Personally, I would never like join any type of club like this, but I guess if you had it back then, you know, this is what you used to do. So pictured here, he is also wearing a pair of Jordan 4s, which I guess were also featured in one of the signatures that I'm guessing Jordan Flight Club members received. So it'll be interesting to see what these look like. I'm guessing that based off the color code that we see right here, like these could be something that maybe is a play off of, say, these fire red 4s that you guys see right here. But who knows? It does say that sale is in the color code, so who knows? But again, based off this mock-up, if they look something like this, especially if they throw that Nike on the back, I could see this one as being a cool one that a lot of sneaker Jordan fans would be excited for. I mean, you got a good Chicago color scheme, you know, good Nike Air on the back end with the storytelling and everything that they could implement with the history of the Jordan Flight Club, which I had no clue about. I think this could be definitely a very solid one for Jordan fans to look forward to next year. And then lastly, you got the Jordan Flint Gray, Jordan 9s returning. So this is not an OG, but one of them like kind of re-retros that we saw released back in 2002. 2002 was a weird time for Jordan Brand because Michael Jordan, I think that was when he was playing with the Wizards. They were dropping the 16s, I think, at that time. And then we were getting a whole bunch of Jordan 9s, some Jordan 6 lows. So it was just kind of a weird time, and it just shows you, you know, how far we've come. At one point, Jordan Brand was just retroing a select few signature sneakers each year, and then now here in 2025 for the 40th anniversary, it feels like we're getting a classic OG, different models, remixes, reimagines, all kind of different flavors. So it's just crazy to see how big Jordan Brand has become, and this is one of those good ones from 2002. So that's all I got for you guys today. Salute to everybody for tuning in, man. Drop your feedback on all the topics covered. How do you guys feel about Nike and Legos collaboration? And what do you guys think about this leaked Jordan Brand Spring 2026 lineup? I know we're a far ways away, but it's still just something to get you kind of excited about what to expect next year. And of course, as you all know, a lot of changes could happen with these releases. But drop your feedback so far. If you guys enjoyed today's update, smash the like button down below. Of course, I will catch you guys next time for the latest sneaker updates. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. I'm J.A. and I'm out, y'all. Love.